Hi, Phil and Will. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Nicole. I'm the social media coordinator for the All-American High School Film Festival, and I'm super excited to hear all about your film. Congrats on being one of our 2025 official selections.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Whoa! A little twin moment there. So, can each of you just tell me really quick a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what high school you go to, and what got you into filmmaking?
So, I'm Phil. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. And me and Will, we actually went to the same high school. So, PPAS, Professional Performing Arts School. And what got us into what got me into filmmaking, I can't really speak for Will here. Um, Basically, I joined an elective, and there was a filmmaking unit where I made a film, and I really liked it, and I turned out to be pretty good at it. So from there on, I joined the film major that was starting next year, and for the last 2 years, been studying film and practicing.
All right, and I'm Will. I'm from Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. I think what really inspired me to be a filmmaker, I'd say I've been in front of the camera pretty much like my entire teen years, and I always was curious about like what's on the other side, like how can you make a film, right? And my school, I got the opportunity to do a 48-hour film festival, which was just like a test run to see if a program would be a possibility. And me and my friends, we did it, and we won an award for best cinematography, and I happened to be the cinematographer on that. And that sort of just the feeling of seeing your own movie being brought to life on stage is just, it's an incredible feeling. So that's kind of what really got me into it. And then we joined the same program, and from then on, it's been a dream. So
Well, that's super cool. You're from Hell's Kitchen?
yeah, like literally, we're pretty much in Times Square right now.
Is that what the Broadway show is named after? Is that where Alicia Keys is from?
Yes, like we actually went to Alicia Keys' school,
Yeah.
PPAS.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh my god, it's not in this room. My friend is in side quest. Sorry, Colin, if you're editing this and have to listen to this. But my friend just got back from New York City. I live in Gainesville, Florida. But she lives in New York for an internship. And she just got me a Hell's Kitchen playbill, and we were talking about it
Wow.
earlier today.
Yeah.
So the
That's
odds
awesome.
of that are actually insane because she was telling me
Yeah.
all about the show because I didn't know what the plot was. But she's like been going to so many shows, and she went to go see Hell's Kitchen, and she got me a playbill. So that's
That's a great.
super crazy coincidence. Okay, back to it. Sorry, Colin. This next part is gonna be a little bit of an activity, and you guys can choose if you're gonna do it together or if you're gonna do it by yourself. You guys are actually my first duo that I've interviewed, so I
There we go.
haven't figured out the logistics of this with two people, but you guys can decide what it's gonna be. I'm gonna have you do an elevator pitch for me of your film. So you're gonna tell me like the theme, the genre, like what draws the audience in, like all that mumbo jumbo, but you have 60 seconds. So either you can both do 30 seconds, or you can say one word and then you say the next one, you say the next one, you say the next one, like, or one of you can do it. Up to you.
Should we do it together?
Let me know when you've decided.
Let's do it together, and we'll bounce ideas off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Let's first review what we actually have to do. It's theme, like synopsis, probably whatever.
Well, the world is your oyster. You pick whatever you want to talk about.
Okay.
But like, yeah, like the genre, the theme, all that
Right.
all that fun stuff. But you decide.
All right.
My
let's-
last person told it to me in a funny voice. Like everyone can do whatever they want with this.
Um,
So
So for starters,
I'll count you down.
Okay. Okay.
Are you ready? Sorry. 3, 2, 1, go.
So basically, the entire point of our film was to bring back like classic '90s thriller filmmaking. So any of those horror movies or thrillers you saw in the '90s, that's kind of what we wanted to bring back with a little bit of modern flair. We took inspiration from movies like Fear, Seven, a bunch of Christopher Nolan's earlier films like Memento. We tried to really bring back that classic style with like a little bit of grain in our scenes, with a little bit of leather jacket flair, cowboy boots, motorcycles, frickin' drone shots. We tried like everything to bring that back to life, and I think we did a really good job of it. So yeah, now you can explain like the themes.
So I think that the themes would be, I would say the greater part would just be manipulation and just falling in love with somebody and not realizing who they really are and uncovering that person as you go. And I feel like that's the most important part of the story. And I think what draws people into the film is just the cutting edge cinematography. No way.
Close.
That was your 60 seconds. But don't
No.
worry, because we have a whole interview ahead of us, and you can tell me all about it too.
Awesome.
So what inspired this film? So you said manipulation and love, and I don't follow. So tell me more about like your film itself.
Okay, so what inspired this film is I was watching Fear, and this was actually 2 years back, before I even pitched this to the program in my senior year. This started out as like a short story. I wrote this story just based off of the idea and my love for 90s thriller filmmaking. That's my favorite genre ever. So I wanted to have that with mixed with like modern filmmaking and modern cinematography to make something really special. And I think that from where it started to where it ended up coming to fruition in a short film, I'm really proud of where we went with it. But yeah,
Absolutely. Can you just repeat the question again? Because I was.
So what like inspired you guys to make this? So it sounds like the origin of the story came from Will. Phil, how did you jump into this?
So I was trusted as the director of this, and me and Will, we're like best friends. We're super close. So, we were just sitting there and we were developing the whole thing, and it went from screenwriting to producing to actually shooting. And I feel like I really just, I felt like I was the right person to, be trusted to tell this story. So, I'm also just like incredibly proud of it. I think it's, the best thing that I've worked on to this day.
and it became towards the end like a family almost. Like the people that we were working with, they weren't just our friends at that point. We were all like a big family, if that makes any sense, because we had gone through so much together. There was so much of a process to get this on its feet, and to have pretty much, I think, like 10 plus high school kids brought out on the train and then brought back into the city and then brought back out to a New Jersey diner. I mean, it just takes so much planning and producing, and there was just so many moving pieces to this project. So
It's like we all became the body of a singular brain. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's a really good way to put it. So you emphasize like you guys are all one big happy family. Were there any like standout behind the scene moments that you guys remember?
You know what? Yeah. I mean, like when we were first writing it, I worked with this guy named Michael, and he's like someone who I'm very close to. But me and him would have arguments about how it was written and how we could further develop it, because we gave our film teacher at our school, I'd say we gave him at least 5 different drafts of this script by the end of it.
Definitely more. It was
Maybe
at least
more.
7.
Yeah,
At least 7.
honestly, yeah. And it took a lot, and it took a lot of arguing, and it took a lot of development, and like making sure that this film wasn't just trying to emulate the 90s. We were trying to be our own film, like our own people. And I think that's what Michael really took and ran with. He completely changed the story, and he made it something really, really cool.
I think that the most memorable part of behind the scenes for me was, so basically we shot in Connecticut. It was like a crazy house in Connecticut, and we had to take the New Jersey Transit there. And on our way back, it was shot over a weekend, and we were trying to make a train, the only train for the next 2 hours. And it was, at this point, it's like 11 p.m., so it's either that we make this train or we're stuck in Connecticut,
And
right?
everyone else was on the train at this point because they had taken a different car.
But here's why. It's because Ubers were 15 minutes away, and the car ride was a 20-minute ride. And at this point, we're 30 minutes away from the train leaving. So we couldn't fit 10 people into one car. So 3 of us decided to take the fall and stay there. We might not make it. We sent the rest of the crew on the Uber to the train, and then it's actually insane. We had our Uber driver. We were begging him to please get us there on time. Please speed for us. And it's actually ridiculous, because if it was 10 seconds later, the door would have closed on us. Like, I remember running down the stairs to the platform and screaming, wait, and then it's insane. It was like straight up like out of a movie. Like we genuinely have to incorporate this into a future film because like you wouldn't believe, like genuinely you wouldn't believe that this happened. You know what I mean? If it wasn't all of us that went through it. It was crazy.
I think that I have like a lack of geography skills because like you guys being in Connecticut and then going to New Jersey and then going to New York, that sounds like crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's not that far. Are they bordering states? I don't remember.
I mean, we took the train line out to Connecticut because there's like a Connecticut railroad.
Oh, okay.
Grand Central.
Wasn't it the New Jersey
Oh,
Transit?
the Metro North.
Oh, yeah.
We took the Metro North.
Yeah.
And that was about like an hour and 15. But you have to understand, like, we're bringing so many kids, and we had to have so many permission slips, and like, it was a big crew. Like straight up, like we had our essential, like, you know, like producers and directors and all that. But we also had other essential roles like grip, like sound, like all of these other things that are so essential to a film set that we had to somehow convince to go out for the weekend. Like we were on the phone with parents. We were on the phone with the owners of the Airbnb. I mean, it took so much producing work.
That is crazy. Wow. Yeah. Well, for my last question, why should people go see your guys' film at our festival?
Okay, I think that this is worth seeing because I honestly wouldn't think that there is another one like this out there. Like, completely honestly, this was executed perfectly and everybody just worked so damn hard on it. Like, it was just incredible. It's something so special that it makes you feel, it has moments where like you're genuinely like clutching your fists for the characters. Like it's just insane. It's a story that's like really worth like seeing.
And I think honestly, like when it comes to just entertainment, like purely entertainment, this is one of those movies that you go to see in theaters and you're just like, you leave like, damn, like they've really got to bring that back. Like they've really got to bring this type of filmmaking back. And I've seen maybe 4 or 5 movies that are like that kind of feeling in actual theaters. But when I left after seeing our movie, like finally fully realized, like I realized like, this is that type of feeling. This is the kind of movie you leave the theater like questioning your own thoughts and your own life. I feel really strongly about this project.
100%.
Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to me. We're super excited about featuring your work in our festival. And for those attending the fest, you can see Be Mine on Saturday, October 18th during screening number 5 at the AMC Empire 25 Theaters in Times Square, New York City. We'll see you guys in October.
Much.
Bye.
Bye.